What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Jay Lightyear back at you. And man, today got a bang because unless you've been hiding under a rock, y'all know X-Men '97 been going crazy. Just had the season finale, 3-part season finale, might I add. But yeah, man, let's just go ahead and get into it. So I'm not even gonna touch on everything because you should have been watching this show, so there shouldn't be that much to really go over. But in case you've been living under a rock, we back. Professor Xavier gone, or he was gone, and you see the X-Men dealing with more of their own personal issues. Storm got a whole spotlight character arc episode. You got Scott and you got Jean dealing with the whole backlash from when Sinister abducted them. And actually, fun fact, I actually had that episode on VHS. Yes, VHS, whatever. I'm old. Fuck you. Anyway, when Professor Xavier leaves, you got Magneto taking control of the school and trying to be a leader and trying to actually be a good person in a good kind of like a superhero, you know. He takes control, and that's till Genosha hits, and this is the episode that just changed everything because people were like, "Hold on, what are we watching, bro?" You got blood, you got brutal deaths, you got people getting vaporized, you got buildings falling on top of people, you have Magneto trying to do everything in his power to stop it. He just cannot. And this is where I kind of deviated from being an X-Men story, right? I feel like Magneto, I feel like this is told for him. And it's kind of like the whole thing is his story. And if you kind of look at it, the most important parts of this, he's always present. There's always different X-Men around him, or different mutants, or just different characters in general, but he's always present at the start. It's initiated this whole thing. He got called to the United Nations, and Storm got her powers taken away, right? And then you have Genosha. He was called there to be the leader. They wanted him to govern the nation, and the attack happens right there. And I'm gonna get into Bastion and everything later because I feel like he was very well done, very well thought out villain and everything, and execution as well. And even at the end, when he comes back, when he's freed, the whole world ending thing is caused because of him, because he literally said, "Fuck this shit. I tried to do things the right way, and y'all coming with the BS again. And you see I have good intentions. I prove that I have good intentions. So I'm saying fuck you and fuck your Earth." And that's when he tried to start Asteroid M for all the mutants to live on. And as you know, you seen from the comics, this straight out the comic books. Asteroid M and all that, providing sanctuary for the mutants, because he's saying fuck this shit on Earth. And so he disrupts the magnetic poles of the Earth, and then the Earth has so much time before it's over with. And then at the end, his power kind of saves the day. You know, he's the savior, and that's what Professor X wanted. Professor X challenged him to choose the better path throughout this whole process. But even though Professor X did have, he did have to shut him down, which is kind of crazy, but it was necessary for it to remind him of who he was at his core, though, because Magneto because you got to think about it, somebody like Magneto, all you know is pain, all you receive is pain, time and time again, after trying to be good and everything. It's bro, you didn't start out like this. You let these humans, these so-called lesser beings, as Magneto would tell, he would call them lesser beings. You let them change who you are as a person. You know what I'm saying? You let them blacken your heart. You let them do this, and it's that's not you. And he kind of had to remind him of that at the end. And we're back to where we are right now. But here's one thing I want to touch on with Bastion. So he was a mutant born basically to be a Sentinel. Bastion is one of those characters where it's like he's kind of set up to be set up to fail. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you're a mutant. Your mom is like, no, we're not gonna, kind of in denial that you're a mutant, right? And then so you end up having this hatred fester, not only for what you are, but also for everybody else that's just like you. And it's like, bro, you're no better. You're no better. You're the same breed, but it's like, oh no, but I can talk to machines. I can do this. I can do that. Whatever. Okay. But you going through the same thing. They showed him getting bullied in class. They, for being different, for being a freak, right? Just like mutants get fucking hated on, degraded, defiled every day, you know. And Bastion just took it to a point where it's like, okay, well, fuck the mutants. And he kind of started to see himself as like just his own, his own like existence, like separate from mutants because he's, because he can merge with the machines and everything, so he can really be as just as much inorganic as he is organic, right? So he's kind of like, no, it's just everything's gonna be machinery, and it's like I'm not gonna, but he's not. He's like Magneto in reverse. And that's why I believe he went out there and captured Magneto at Genosha. He took Magneto because he knew Magneto would be, Magneto was like the perfect counter to him. Your power comes from machines, and you can just turn my machines off if you wanted to, which Magneto did until they got reignited. But that was only because Magneto was temporarily down. So that's why I say it's Magneto's story. Magneto is the hero of this entire season. And whether you're like, well, he calls this, he calls it, but he calls it in response. Magneto didn't do anything this season unless he was provoked. And then you can say, well, this is crazy trying to kill the Earth. Bro, Earth has given this man nothing but pain. Magneto is the best character of this season, hands down. That's, and everybody else is gonna be like, oh well, Gambit sacrifice, Gambit, hell of a sacrifice, bro. But I'm saying, if you look at it from start to finish, Gambit really didn't start to play a factor until Genosha. That whole episode was about Gambit, pretty much, right? It was about Gambit and Rogue. I feel like the Genosha episode is Gambit and Rogue's story. All the pain, all the unsaid things that's finally being let out and everything. But yeah, Magneto is the hero of the story, and I feel like now we're gonna shift gears because, if you watch the season finale, we're kind of like separated. We're in different time periods, and I kind of don't like when shows do this, but these writers have snapped this season, and I'm excited to see how they spin this because we're dealing with a young Apocalypse. Yes, that was Apocalypse at the end for people that didn't know, and it was also a teaser, another teaser for current Apocalypse, because this is like we're doing like the thing where it's like the young Apocalypse is going to meet his older self, and it's like he's going to try to probably like to deviate or deny his destiny, kind of, and that aspect can be cool. It's like, but once you like put time travel. It's like we're going the time travel route until it's like the entire timeline is fixed. That's what it seems like the route we're going. And I kind of, it is what it is. I usually don't like that trope in anything, but X-Men gives us one of the best movies of all time, one of the best storylines of all time, Days of Future Past. So if anybody's gonna do it right, it's gonna be the X-Men, But I'm just glad that the X-Men have finally gotten their shine, and the focus spotlight on all of them has been like very like spread out. It's been pretty much equal screen time for everybody. I feel like if I could even name somebody that's gotten like the least amount of screen time, it probably would be like fucking. It might be no. I really can't think of anybody because you got Gambit, you got Wolverine. It might be Wolverine, low key, but that's only because I think the writers wanted to focus more on the other X-Men, and I'm glad they did, because Wolverine's story is like, Wolverine's finna get his whole arc, because if you know, If you know, you know. That's all I'm gonna say. 'Cause like I said, I'm not gonna say everything in case in case go back and you be go back and you'll finally watch the shit. I don't know why you're here if you didn't watch the whole show, but some people like to come and watch the entire season review before I even give my time to this shit. Like you got something better to do. But anyway, yeah. So that's X-Men '97, bro. Shit was fantastic, and also the cameos were insane. I'm gonna do a lot of videos on just like the future of like the X-Men and like all these other cameos in general, because we saw Spider-Man, we saw Iron Man, we saw Captain America. It's like, bro, we can go anywhere with this, bro. You can go anywhere with this. If Marvel is setting up an old, like kind of like a '90s animated universe, yeah, I mean, I know it's already established. It's already established, Obviously, it's all in the same universe. But if they're setting up like something similar to the MCU, where they have like an animated verse, kind of like how DC had theirs with like movies and shit. Even though I know Marvel's not gonna waste their time on animated movies, but like animated, if they have animated shows, it's like X-Men are come back in like Spider. As they say like Spider-Man '98 or some shit like that, and the X-Men come up and show up in there, and then you got Iron Man's revive and shit like that. To be honest, I would love to see them. People want Iron Man. I mean, my bad. People want Spider-Man to come back. I would love to see the old Iron Man animated series come back, because I feel like they could do so much more with the animation with Iron Man nowadays, especially Iron Man, specifically Iron Man. But anyway, man, if you've seen the show, let me know what were your favorite moments from the season, because I know I got at least 20 favorite moments from this damn season. But anyway, man, we back. Expect more videos coming soon. And I feel like the vibe is like us just talking about shit on this channel. It's gonna be like probably like a little bit less gameplay. It's probably gonna be specifically for like superhero comic shit, just talking about just talking nerd shit, whatever. Yeah, man. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Until next time, we out. Peace.